glad you're here. Let's begin by arriving together with the breath. Breathe in slowly through your nose, letting the breath fill you. When you're ready, breathe out, allowing your body to soften. There is nothing you need to fix in this moment. This is a space to notice. Grief often arrives quietly, or suddenly, or in waves that don't follow a timeline. You might feel sadness that lingers, a heaviness in your chest, tears that come without warning, or a sense of emptiness you can't quite name. And you might wonder if you're overreacting, if you should be past this by now, if your grief is somehow too much or not enough. Let me say this clearly. Your grief, in any way you feel, is valid. Divorce carries more than one loss. There is the grief of the marriage itself, the shared life, the routines, the intimacy, the history. And there is also grief for something more subtle and often more painful. The future you imagined, the holidays you pictured, the aging together, the version of life you believed would unfold. Even if the marriage was difficult, even if you know the divorce is necessary, even if you initiated it, grief still belongs here. Many people try to minimize their grief. They tell themselves, it wasn't that good anyway. I should be relieved. Others have it worse. But grief doesn't respond to logic. It responds to permission. When grief is rushed or dismissed, it doesn't disappear. It waits. Today we're creating space for grief to move without drowning in it. Let's gently ground together. Notice where grief lives in your body right now. There's no need to change it. Is it in your chest, your throat, your stomach? Place a hand there if that feels supportive. Take a slow breath in. Gentle, calm, steady. As you breathe out, imagine creating a little more room around the sensation. Not pushing it away, not amplifying it, just allowing it to be held. Now I invite you into a visualization. Imagine yourself holding two containers. In one you have placed your grief for what was, the moments that mattered, the love that existed, the chapter that shaped you. In the other, you have placed the grief for what never came, the future you hoped for, the version of life you believed in, the dreams that didn't get to unfold. You don't have to empty these containers today. You're simply acknowledging them. You are saying, this mattered, this loss is real, and that is enough for now. If tears come, let them. If nothing comes, that's okay too. Grief doesn't perform on command. It just asks to be noticed. I want to offer you this truth. Grieving does not mean you are weak. It means you are honest. It means you loved. It means you hoped. And allowing grief now creates space for peace later. Before we close, I invite you to reflect on this question. What am I allowed to grieve that I've been minimizing? This might include things like the future you imagined but won't live, the version of yourself you were trying to be, feeling chosen, safe, or partnered, time, energy, or years you invested, moments of joy that still mattered, the hope that things would eventually change, the loss of shared routines, traditions, or daily connection, the way you had to become strong before you were ready. There is no right grief. There is no hierarchy of loss. If it mattered to you, it is allowed to be grieved. You don't need to rush this. You don't need to explain it to anyone else. Just let yourself name what was real. That naming is part of healing. You don't need to justify your answer. You don't need to explain it to anyone. This is between you and your heart. Take one final gentle breath in. You are allowed to mourn. You are allowed to take your time. Grief is not something to get over. It is something to move through. And you are doing that, one breath at a time. You've got this.